ಮಂದಗ ಬಂದಿವಕ ಎಲ್ಲಾಗೂ ನಂಗೆ ಬಡಗಾಪ್ರೋ ಸಾರ್ಭಾಗವು ನೆಲಿಕೋಲು ಸಾರ್ಭಾಗವು ನಾಲ್ಕು ಬೆಟ್ಟ ಟಿ ವಿ ಸಾರ್ಭಾಗವು ಬಾರಿ ಬಾರಿ ಎಂದು ಕೈ ಮುಗಿದು ವರವೇರ್ತೀನಿಯೋ. ಇಂದಿನ ಮಂದನ ಸ್ಪೆಷಾಲಿಟಿ ಏಕೆಂದರೆ ಒಂದು 8 ವೀಕ್ಸ್ ನಂಗೆ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ಲ ಈ ವೆಬಿನಾರ ನಡ್ತಿದ್ದ. ಅದಗಾಗಿ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ನಂಗಾಗಿ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಬಡಗಾಪ್ರೋ ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾಗೂ ನಂಗೆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾಗೂ ನನ್ನ ಮಾತು ಹೇಗಿಂಡು ಇಂದಿನ ನಂಗೆ ನಿಗಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಓಪೋ. ಇಂದಿನ ಜನ ನಂಗೆ ಚೀಫ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟು ತಿರು ಸುರೇಶ್ ರಾಮನ್ ಕುರ್ತುಗೆ ಮಮ್ಮನವಕತ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮಮ್ಮನವಕ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಒಂದು 25 to 30 years HR ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ದೋಗೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವಕ್ಕ ನೀನು ನೋಡಲೆ ಒಂದು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂದ ಹಿಡಿದು ಒಂದು ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ HR ಹೆಡ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ಗಟ್ಟ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಮಮ್ಮನವಕ ಇಂದು ಬಂದು ನಂಗೆ ಯಂಗ್ಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ಗಾಗಿ ಒಂದು 4 ಮಾತು ಒಳ್ಳಿ ಮಾತು ಹೇಗಿನೆ ಎಂದು ನಂಗೆ ನಿಗಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಂಗೆ ಡಿಲೇ ಮಾಡಾದೆ ನಿಗಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಓಪೋ. ವಾಲಂಟಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾಗೂ ಒಂದು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಂದರೆ ದಯಮಾಡಿ ನಿಂಗೆ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ದು ಇರುವಿ. ನಿಂಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಮಾತಾಡೋದಟ್ಲಿಯೋ ನಿಂಗೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಹೇಗೋದಟ್ಲಿಯೋ ಚಾಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ದಾಗೆ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕೇಗಿವಿ. ಅದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಟ್ರ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಂಗೆ ಮಮ್ಮನೋಕೆ ಮಾತಾಡಿದಿಂದಾಡು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಸೆಷನ್ದಾಗೆ ನಂಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಮಾಡೋ. ದಯಮಾಡಿ ನಿಂಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ದಾಗ ಬಪ್ಪಾರೆ ಶೇರ್ ಸ್ಕ್ರೀನ್ ಎಂಬ ಇದನ್ನು ನಿಂಗೆ ಮುಟ್ಟಬೇಡಿವಿ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅದು ನಂಗೆ ಮಮ್ಮನೋಕೆ ಒಂದು ಡಿಸ್ಟರ್ಬೆನ್ಸ್ ಆರ, ನಂಗೂ ಟೈಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆರ. ಸೊ ನಿಗಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದು ಮುಂದಾಡು ನಂಗೆ ಎತ್ತೆ ಅಯ್ಯನ ಒಂದು ಆರಕೆಯ ಹೇಗಿ ಒಂದು ನಾಮ ಹೇಗಿ ನಂಗೆ ನಿಗಚ್ಚಿಯ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಅತೆಂದು ಕೇತುನ್ನೆ. ಕಾವಿಲೋರೆ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸನ್ ಅವಕ ನಂಗೆ ಒಂದು ಎತ್ತೆ ನಾಮ ಹೇಗೋದಗಾಗಿ ಕಾತುಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಶ್ರೀನಿ ನಿಂಗೆ ಬಂದು ಎತ್ತೆ ಅಯ್ಯನ ಒಂದು ನಾಮ ಹೇಗಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಿಂದು ಕೇತುನ್ನೆ.
ಕೈ ಮುಗಿದ ಎತ್ತಿಯ ಕೈಯ ದೆವ್ವಾದ ಕೊಂಬ ದೇವರುಗೆ ಗೈಯ ಮಕ್ಕಾದ ಬಂಬ. ಎತ್ತಿಯ ಕೈಯ ದೆವ್ವಾದ ಕೊಂಬ ದೇವರುಗೆ ಗೈಯ ಮಕ್ಕಾದ ಬಂಬ. ಹೊರಸ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಒಂದಾಗಿ ಬಾ ಅರಸವ ತೋರು ಅಯ್ಯ. ಒಲಗ ದೋಗಡುವ ದುಃಖ ಸೊಗ ಎಲ್ಲಾಗ ಒಣೆಯು ನೀತ ಅಯ್ಯ. ಒಲಗ ದೋಗಡುವ ದುಃಖ ಸೊಗ ಎಲ್ಲಾಗ ಒಣೆಯು ನೀತ ಅಯ್ಯ. ಆದಿ ಎಂದು ನಂಗ ಜಾತಿಯ ಕಾಪ ಅಯ್ಯ ಹಿರಿಯೋಡಯ್ಯ. ಪಾದ ಪೂಜೆಯ ಮಾಡಿನೆಯೋ ಅರಸವ ನೀತ ಅಯ್ಯ. ಈಗ ಪಾದ ಪೂಜೆಯ ಮಾಡಿನೆಯೋ ಅರಸವ ನೀತ ಅಯ್ಯ. ತಪ್ಪು ತಲೆ ಕೋಡಿ ಮಾಡಿದಲೇಯೋ ತಾಗಿ ಕಾಪಾಡು ತಾಯಿ ತಂದೆಯಾಗಿ. ಉನಿಪು ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಒಂದಾಗಿ ಬಾಪ ಸೊಗವ ತೋರು ಅಯ್ಯ. ಕೈ ಮೇ ತುಂಬಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಕೊಂಡಾಡಿ ಬಾಪ ಸೊಗವ ತೋರು ಅಯ್ಯ. ನಿನ್ನ ಕೈ ಮೇ ತುಂಬಿ ಹೆಂಗ ಕೊಂಡಾಡಿ ಬಾಪ ಅರಸವ ತೋರು ಅಯ್ಯ. ಕೈ ಮುಂದೆ ಬಿಡ್ತಾ
ನನ್ನಿ ಸಿನಿ. ಸರಿ, ನಂಗೆ ಈಗ ಕಿಟ್ಟತಟ ಒಂದು 45 ನಂಗೆ ಮಂದಗ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾರೆ ಮಕ್ಕೆ. ಸೊ ನಂಗೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಂಗೆ ಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಾದೆ ನಂಗೆ ಮಂದವ ಆರಂಭಿಸಿಬಿಡೋ. ಈ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಪತಿ ಒಂದು ಪುನಃ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ಸ್ ತಪ್ಪದಾಗಿ ನಂಗೆ ಏನ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಇಂದಿನ ಜನದೋಗೆ ನಂಗೆ ನಂಗೆ ಚೀಫ್ ಗೆಸ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗ ನಂಗೆ ಹೇಗ್ಯಾರ ಅಂಬುದನ್ನ ನಂಗೆ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಬೆಲ್ಲನ್ ಮಮ್ಮನವಕ ಬಂದು ಒಂದು 305 ಮಾಕೆ ನಂಗೆ ತಂದಾರ. ಮಮ್ಮ ನಿಂಗೆ ಬಂದು ಮಾತಾಡ್ಲ ಒಳ್ಳಂಗಟ್ರ ಬರ್ವಿ. ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಮಮ್ಮ ಇದ್ದರ?
ಎಲ್ಲ 4 ಬಿಟ್ಟ ಜನಗೂ ನಂಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಡಗ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ಸ್ಗೂ ಎನ್ನ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಈಗ 8 ವಾರಂದ ನಡೆದನೊಬ್ಬ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ಸ್ಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ತಂದು ನಿಂಗ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಬಲ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಸಂಡೇ ಜಿನ ಅಂಬುದು ಎಲ್ಲವೇ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಆ ಟೈಮ್ ದಿಗ್ಯೂ ನಿಂಗ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಿಷಿಯಸ್ 1 hour ಒದಕಿ ನಂಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದು ಎಲ್ಲಾಗೂ ಕೋಡಿ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಇಂದಿನ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಬಂದು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಅ ರಿಯಲಿ ಅನ್ ಐ ಓಪನರ್. HR ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ಸ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲಾಗೂ ಅದಾದ್ರು ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಗೆ ದಾರ ನಂಗ ಒಂದು ಜಾಬ್ ಒಂದು ಇದ್ದನವೋ ಅದೊಂದು ಐ ಓಪನರ್. ಅದನ್ನ ಪತಿ ಸುರೇಶ್ ಬೊಮ್ಮನ ಪತಿಯು ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಪತಿ ಗಣಾಮನೆ ಮುಂದಾಡು ಒಂದು ಡೆಡಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಈಗ ಜುಲೈ 1 ಬಂದು ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಫುಲ್ಲ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಈಗ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಬಂದು ನಂಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಸ್ಟೇ ಹೋಮ್ ಸ್ಟೇ ಸೇಫ್ ಇಬ್ಬನೆಗ ಒಂದು ಕ್ರೈಸಿಸ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಬ್ಬನೆಗ ನಂಗ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ವಾರಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದಾರ. ಅದಾವುದು ನಂಗ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸು, ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾಫು, ನರ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾಫು, ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಇತಮಾಕೆ ನೆರೆಯ ಮುಂದುಗು ನಿದ್ದು ನಂಗಗಾಗಿ ಕಾಪಾತೋದ್ಗಾಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದುಗಾಯ್ತ ಈ ವರ್ಷ ಬಂದು ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ಅಸೋಸಿಯೇಷನ್ ಬಂದು ಥೀಮೇ ಬಂದು ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ಏನಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಲೆಸನ್ ದ ಮಾರ್ಟಾಲಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ COVID-19. ಅದಾವುದು ನಂಗ ಎಸಗೇಸ ಡೆತ್ ಬಂದು ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಡದರವೋ ಅದನ್ನ ಪ್ರಿವೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದಗಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದನ್ನ ಥೀಮಾ ಎತ್ತಿ ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ಡೇ ಅಂಡ್ ನೈಟ್ ಇದಗಾಗಿ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ನಿಂತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಂಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲವೇ ಕೋಆಪರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ನಂಗೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ಜುಲೈ 1 ಅದನ್ನ ಯುನೀಕ್ನೆಸ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ನಂಗ ಒಂದು ಪೊದುವಾಗೇ ನಂಗೊಂದು ಪೊಲಿಟಿಷಿಯನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಥಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್. ಆಲೆ ದೇರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಅಮೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಪೊಲಿಟಿಷಿಯನ್ ವೇರ್ ದ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಸೀನ್ ಇಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ and till we could not see a person like him. ತನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಿಧಾನ್ ಚಂದ್ರ ರಾಯ್. ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಿಧಾನ್ ಚಂದ್ರ ರಾಯ್ ಬಂದು he was born in 1882 on July 1st. ಅಮ್ಮ ಬಂದು நிறைய ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾನೆ. ತನ್ನ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಇದ್ದು ಕೂಡ ದೆನ್ he came into political life. ಬಂದು he became the chief minister of West Bengal and he was such a honest politician. And even being a doctor and even being as a politician ಎರಡಕ್ಕೂ ನೇರ್ಮೆ ತವರಾದಂಗೆ ಬಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ಗೂ ನೆರೆಯ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾನೆ. ಜುಲೈ 1 ಬಂದು ನಂಗ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ಬಂದು ನಂಗೆ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ನೋ. ಈ ಜುಲೈ 1 ಬಂದು ಏಕ ನಂಗೆ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ನೋ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ದ ಬರ್ತ್ ಡೇ ಆಫ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಿಧಾನ್ ಚಂದ್ರ ರಾಯ್. ಬಂದು ಈಸ್ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ಲಿ ಫ್ರಮ್ ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬೆಂಗಾಲ್. ತನಗಾಗಿ ಏನಗ ತನ್ನ ಹೆಸರಿಗೆ ಏನಗಾಗಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ ಒಂದು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿ ಬನೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ನೆರೆಯ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆ ಕಾಲದಿಗೆ ನೆರೆಯ ಕ್ಯಾಂಪ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಬಪ್ಪನೆಗ ಚೀಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಈ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ದ ಚೀಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಫ್ ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಬೆಂಗಾಲ್. ಆ ಚೀಫ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಈ ವಾಸ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಬೋತ್ ದ ವರ್ಕ್ ಅಂದಂಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ನೋಡೋನೆಗ ನೆರೆಯ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾವೇ ಅಮ್ಮನ್ನ ರೆಕಗ್ನೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ 1961 ಬಂದು ನಮಗೆ ಭಾರತ ರತ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಡೆಡಿಕೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿತಾ ನಂಗೆ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಂದು 1991 ಬಂದು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಜುಲೈ 1 ತನ್ನ ಬರ್ತ್ ಡೇಟ್ ಏನೋ ಕೋಇನ್ಸಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಮ್ಮನ ಬರ್ತ್ ಡೇಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೆತ್ ಡೇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಜುಲೈ 1. He passed away in 1982. So 62 the pass out ಆಗಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಅತ್ತಮಾಕಿ ಇದನ್ನ ನೋಡೋನೆಗ ಎರಡು ಬಂದು ಬರ್ತ್ ಡೇಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೆತ್ ಡೇಟ್ ಬಂದು ಜುಲೈ 1. ಸೊ ಅಮ್ಮನ ಇದನ್ನ ಬೀತುತ್ತಾ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಡೇ ಸೆಲೆಬ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ. ಅದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಂದು ನಂಗ ನೀಲಗಿರಿಗೆ ಸೇತಿ ನಂಗ ಬಡಗ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಬಂದು ನೆರೆಯ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ 300 ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರ. ಈ ಕೋವಿಡ್ಗಾಗಿ ನೆರೆಯ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಂಗ ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾಗೂ ಬಂದು ಈ ಜುಲೈ 1 ನ ಬಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಡೇ ವಿಶಸ್ ಹೇಗಿನೋ, ಯಾಕೆಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಬಂದು ಹೇಗೋದು ಮುಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಗಿನೋ ಇದನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವ. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯೋರ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಇಂದು ನೋಡ್ಲೆ ಇಂಡಿಯಾದಾಗ ಬಂದು ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ 11.5 lakh ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಅದಾவது MBBS ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ 11.5 ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ಮಾಕೆ 7.88 lakh ಆಯುಷ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್. ಆಯುಷ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಯುರ್ವೇದ, ಯುನಾನಿ, ಅಂದಡು ಸಿದ್ಧ ಅಂಡ್ ಹೋಮಿಯೋಪತಿ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರುತ್ತೋ ಆಯುಷ್. ಇದು ಬಂದು 7.88 lakh ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಏನಂದಾರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವಕರ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ ಬಂದು ಫಾರ್ ಎವ್ರಿ 1000 ಪೇಷಂಟ್ಸ್ ಬಂದು ಒಂದು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಅಂದಾರ. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅಚೀವ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ ಮೈಲ್ ಸ್ಟೋನ್. ಇತಮಾತ ಒಂದು 1.3 ಬಿಲಿಯನ್ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಅದನ್ನ ರೀಚ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಪ್ಪರ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಬಟ್ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿಯೂ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಅದನ್ನ ಅಚೀವ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಂಗ ರೇಷಿಯೋ ಬಂದು 1:900 ಆಡದೆ ಈಗಿನ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್ ದಾಗೆ, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಕಮೆಂಡಬಲ್ ಸಿಚುವೇಶನ್. ಸೊ ಅದುತ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಡೇ. ಸೊ ಇಂದಿನ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ ಗೋಪ ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಸುರೇಶ್ ರಾಮನ್ ಅಣ್ಣನ್ ಪಾತಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಮುಂದೋಡು. ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲಾಗೂ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಸಿನೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಕೆನ್ ಬ್ಲಾಂಚಾರ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಫೇಮಸ್ ಆಥರ್, ತನ್ನ ಬುಕ್ ನಿಂಗೆ ಓದಿದ್ರಾಕೋ, ದ 1 minute ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್, ದ 1 minute ಆಂಟ್ರಪ್ರನರ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದನ. ಏನ ಬರ್ದನ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ವೆರಿ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಿಂಗೆ ಹೊರಡೋದು. ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಿನಿಟ್ ಐ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಒನ್ ಐ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಅನ್ನ. ಅದಾವುದು ನಂಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಮಿನಿಟ್ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ವಿಚ್ ಯು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ಪೀಪಲ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ಲೆ ಎಂಟೈರ್ HR fraternity or HR world ನೋಡ್ಲೆ, there every minute they spend for people. So such an amazing job profile and which they work for the entire organization. In fact, HR takes the credit at the last, but they are the first to initiate any good work in any organization. But credit and the bappanege bandu, there are sales, marketing, finance, neriya department arte, everybody will take the credit. Adhe marke they will take the credit at the last nange first ellaga mundugu beetu ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ. So such a wonderful profession. ಆ profession ಗೆ ನಂಗೆ ಸುರೇಶ್ ಅಣ್ಣಕ್ಕ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಂಬುದು ಅಪರ ಸಂತೋಷ. ಸ್ಪೀಕರ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೈಲ್ ನೋಡ್ಲೆ, ತಾ ಬಂದು BSc ಬಂದು ಮೆಡ್ರಾಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಶ್ಚಿಯನ್ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಗೆ ಬಿರಿಕಿಟ್ಟು, ಮೈಸೂರ್ಗೆ ಬಂದು LLB ಬಿರಿಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು HR ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ಗೆ ಇಂದು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಡಿಗ್ರೀಸ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಡದೆ. ಬಟ್ ಆ ಕಾಲಘಟ್ಟದಾಗೆ ಬಂದು ಒಂದು MBA ಎಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬಂದು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಯಲಿ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಬಿಗ್ ಅಚೀವ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಈಗ ಬಂದು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ವೆರಿ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್. But I'm talking about his profile, tana age idella profile no ಆ time ಗೆ ಅಪ್ರ ಟಫ್. But he got into one of the best institutes in India, that is Symbiosis, Pune ಗೆ MBA ಬಿರಿಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ತನ್ನ ಕೆರಿಯರ್ ಜರ್ನಿ ನೋಡ್ಲೆ, he started from a management training as a HR professional till he reached to the level of a global head in HR. ಅದು ತನ ಎವ್ರಿ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ದಾಗ ನಂಗೆ ಹೇಗೋದು, ನಂಗೆ ಬಡಗ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ ಬಂದು ವಿ ಶುಡ್ ಏಮ್ ಫಾರ್ ಅ ಗೋಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್. ಅದಾವುದು ನಂಗೆ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದಾಗೆ ದ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಅದು ನಂಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಏಮ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಅತ್ತಮಾಕಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ನಂಗೆ ಸುರೇಶ್ ರಾಮನ್ ಅಣ್ಣಾವ್ಕ ಹಿ ಹಸ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಅಚೀವ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಎಂಬುದು ಅಪ್ಪರ ಪೆರುಮೆ ಆಡದೆ. ತನ್ನ ವರ್ಕ್ ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ನೋಡ್ಲೆ, ನಂಗೆ ಬಂದು ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ವೈ ಸ್ಟಕ್ಅಪ್ ಆಯ್ತನೋ, ತನ್ನ HR ದಾಗ ಒಂದು ಬ್ಯೂಟಿ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ವಿತ್ ಎನಿ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿ. ತಾ ಬಂದು ಮ್ಯಾನುಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಚರಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ರಿಟೇಲ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಇನ್ಫ್ರಾಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್, IT, ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಹೆಲ್ತ್ ಕೇರ್. ಸೊ ಈ ನಂಗೆ ಈ ಆಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಏನ ಬೆನಿಫಿಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ನಂಗೆ ಏ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಗೆ ಇದ್ದಲ್ಲಿಯೋ ಹಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಗಿವ್ ಅಸ್ ಅಡ್ವೈಸ್, ಸಜೆಷನ್, ಮೆಂಟೋರಿಂಗ್ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಆಡದೆ. ತನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟೀಸ್ ನೋಡ್ಲೆ, ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಡೈವರ್ಸಿಫೈಡ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟೀಸು. ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪರ್ಟ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟ್ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ಸ್, ಟ್ಯಾಲೆಂಟ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗ್, ಟೋಟಲ್ ರಿವಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಎತ್ತೆ ಒಂದು HR ಬನ್ನಿ ಎತ್ತೆ ರಿವಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡುದು, ಅಂಡ್ HR ಅಡ್ವೈಸರಿ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅಂಬ್ರಲಾ. ಅದಾವುದು HR ಒಂದು ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಎತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅಂಬ್ರಲಾ ಆಫ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸಸ್. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಟಚ್ ಅಪ್ ಆನ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದಂಗೆ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅಂಬ್ರಲಾ ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್. ಅಂಡ್ ನೇಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ನೋಡೋಣ, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೋಟಿವೇಟಿಂಗ್ not only me, ನಂಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾಗೋದು ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು is work with some of the big organizations in the country, that is Seat Tires, Shoppers Stop, CGI, GMR Group, such a huge group, GMR Group. ಅಂದೋಡು ನಂಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲವೇ ಈಗಿನ ಬಿಗ್ 4 ಅನ್ನ ಗ್ಲೋಬಲ್ ದಾಗೆ ಬಿಗ್ 4 ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಫರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂದಾರ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಟಾಪ್ ದಾಗೆ ಡೆಲಾಯ್ಟ್ ದಾಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡು ಬಿರ್ಲಾ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ ದಾಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅಂದೋಡು GAVS ದಾಗೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. And now Bandhu, I don't know, like, the Hatti guy, he wants to be closer to the Hatti. So he has chosen up Kupsami Naidu Hospital, GKNM. I have a very good connection with that hospital. I know that's a world-class. India, it's one of the top premium hospitals in India. Very genuine hospital. Adudike ta HR headara iddare enbudu ಅಪರವಾನ ಒಂದು ಪೆರುಮೆಯಾನ ವಿಷಯ. ಸೊ ಬಂದು ಇದನ್ನ ಅವಕ ಕೀ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಬಂದು ನೆರಿಯ ಇದು ಬಂದು ಒಂದು ವಾಸ್ಟ್ ಟಾಪಿಕ್. ತಾ ಬಂದು ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ನಂಗೆ ಕೇತುದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದು ಟ್ರೆಡಿಷನಲ್ ವರ್ಸಸ್ ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ HR ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಟಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ. ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಅದಾವುದು ಈ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಂದ ಏನ ಟೇಕ್ ಅವೇಸ್ ನಿಂಗೆ ಏನ ಅಂಬುದನ್ನ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಜಿಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾತೇ ಈಗ, ದೆನ್ ಹಿ ವಿಲ್ ಎಲಾಬ್ರೇಟ್. ಟ್ರೆಡಿಷನಲ್ ವರ್ಸಸ್ ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ HR ಹೇಗ್ಯಾರ, ಇಂಪ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ HR ಇನ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ಸ್ ಏಕ HR ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಹೇಗ್ಯಾರ, ಅಂಡ್ HR ಇನ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಸರ್ವಿಸ್ ಮೋಡ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಹೇಗ್ಯಾರ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲವೇ ಒಂದು ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಟರ್ಮಿನಾಲಜಿ ಫ್ಯೂ ಇಯರ್ಸ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು ವೂಕಾ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂದಾರ. ಈ ವೂಕಾ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಬಂದು ಎನ್ನ ಕ್ವಿಸ್ತದೆ ಕೇತನೆ. ಸೊ ವೂಕಾ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಪತಿ ಗಣ ಅಂದಾರ. ಅಂಡ್ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಗುಡ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ HR ಅಂಡ್ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಇದು ಪತಿ ತಾಗಣ ಅಂದಾರ. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ನಾನು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರೆದು ಬಿತ್ತದೆ, ವಿಚ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಲವ್ ಟು ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಎಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್. ಈಗ ಟು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ವಿತ್ ನಂಗೆ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಮಾಡೋನಿಗೆ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಬ್ರೈನ್ ಟೀಸರ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಫುಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಥಾಟ್ ನಂಗೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ. ಇನ್ನು ಲಕಿಲಿ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ TQM ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನಲ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಟ್ರೈನರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಡೆಫಿನೆಟ್ ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ನಂಬಿಕೆ ಅಡದೆ. ಸೊ ನಾ ಬರೆದು ಬಿತ್ತದ ಅಪ್ರ ಸಿಂಪ್ಲಾನ ಇದುತ್ತಾ ಬರೆದು ಬಿತ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನಿಂಗೆ ಚಾಟ್ ಬಾಕ್ಸ್ಗೆ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ವೂಕಾ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್, VUCA ವೂಕಾ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಚಾಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಟೈಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ. பொதுவா HR ஃபீல்டுக்கு ಹೇಗ್ಯಾರ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ವೂಕಾ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಅಂದು VUCA. ಓಕೆ, ಮುರುಗೇಶ್ ಹಾಲನ್ನವಕ್ಕ ವಾಲಟೈಲ್ ಅನ್ಸರ್ಟಿನಿಟಿ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. 4 ಲೆಟರ್ ಆಡದೆ VUCA ಅಂತ ಆಡದೆ. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೂಕಾ? ಆಂಬಿಗ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಗಣೇಶ್ ಬಂದು ಅದನ್ನೇ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಒಂದೇ ವರ್ಡ್ಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ 4 ವರ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಣ್ಣವ್ಕ ಅದನ್ನ ಪತಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ. ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಐ ಥಾಟ್ ಹೌ ವೆಲ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ರೆಡ್. ಬಾಲಮುರುಗನ್ ನಂದಿ ಬಂದು ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಿಟಿ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. 4 ಅದಾವುದು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅಬ್ರಿವಿಯೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅಬ್ರಿವಿಯೇಷನ್. ಸೊ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್. ಮುರುಗನ್ KB, ವಾಲಟೈಲಿಟೀಸ್, ಅನ್ಸರ್ಟನಿಟಿ, ಕಾಂಪ್ಲೆಕ್ಸಿಟಿ ಅಂಡ್ ambiguity. Okay, ambiguity. Okay, VUCA. Okay, it's a better word, ambiguous. Okay, okay, okay. Sorry, adu answer ಬಂದು ಅಣ್ಣನೇ ಹೇಗಿಲಿ, because that's one of the topics I don't want to reveal right now, so wait for Anna session. Okay, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು I just want 2-3 more questions ಆಡದೆ. ಈಗ பொதுவா ನಂಗೆ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ನಂಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲವೇ ನಂಗೆ பொதுவா ನಂಗೆ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ದಾಗೆ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಪತಿ நிறைய ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡೋ. In fact, a test that seeks to predict the success or failure that one's handwriting is called. ಅದನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಏನ? ಈ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಡದೆ. ಆ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಹೆಸರು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಂದಾರ. ಅದನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಏನ? ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್. ಪ್ರೀತ್ ಕುಮಾರ್ ಬಂದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ತಂದರೆ ಗ್ರಾಫಾಲಜಿ. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್, ಗ್ರಾಫಾಲಜಿ. ಈ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಏನಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಈಗ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಅನದರ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್. ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ಗೆ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಬಂದು ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟ್ ಒಂದು ಜಾಬ್ಗಾಗಿ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋನಿಗ ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಗ್ರಾಫಾಲಜಿ ಆಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಟು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟ್ಸ್. ವಿಚ್ ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್? ಕಂಟ್ರಿ ಬಂದು ಈ ಗ್ರಾಫಾಲಜಿ ಎಂಬ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕ್ಯಾಂಡಿಡೇಟ್ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ. ಇದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನೆರೆಯ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ. ಆಲ ದಿ ಗಿವ್ ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ತಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಜಪಾನ್ ಅಂತ ತಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸ್, ಜಪಾನ್ ಗ್ರಾಫಾಲಜಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸ್, ಜಪಾನ್ ಅಂತ ತಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎನಿ ಮೋರ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್? 1 2 3 ಮೋರ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್. ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ நிறைய ಫ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಬಂದ್ರ. ಓಕೆ, ಎನಿ ರೈಟ್ ಗೆಸಸ್? ಓಕೆ, I'll give one more thing. Any right guesses? Okay, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿದ್ದುಟ್ಟ. Okay, very good. So Balamurugan Nandi once again is thought ಈಗ United States of America ತ ರೈಟ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್. ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದು ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದು ದೇ ಯೂಸ್ ಗ್ರಾಫಾಲಜಿ ಆಸ್ ಒನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಯರ್ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಯಿಂಗ್ ಟೂಲ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ. ಲೈಕ್ ನಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡ್ನೋ ಇತ್ತ ಸ್ಲಾಂಟಿಂಗ ಬರುವುದು, ಫಾರ್ವರ್ಡ್ ಬೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಬರುವುದು ಅಂತ. ದಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಬಿಲೀಫ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಂತ ಮಾತಾಡಿದೆ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪೊದುವ HR ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ ಅರ್ದ್ರಾಕು MBTI ಅದು ಬಂದು ಒಂದು ಸೈಕೋಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್. MBTI ನ ಫುಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಏನ? MBTI ನ ಫುಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಏನ? MBTI ನ ಫುಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಏನ? ಓಕೆ, ಅಪ್ರ ಸೈಲೆಂಟ್ ಆಡದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್. ಮಲ್ಲನ್ ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸನ್, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಬಯಾಸ್, ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೇಬಿಲಿಟಿ. ಓ ಮೈ ಗಾಡ್, ತಾ ಎಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ನೆಂಚನೆ. ಸೊ ಈ MBTI ಬೋದು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ more towards psychometric analysis. So the wonderful Dinu Arjun, Myers-Briggs type indicator. I think we all can clap for Dinu Arjun. Dinu Arjun ಏನ ಏಜ್ ಅಂತ ಅರಿವಿಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಲೆಟ್ us clap, let us make this as a habit. ಬಂದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ತಂದರೆ Myers-Briggs type indicator. Wonderful, super. This is very inspiring. So last question. ಒಂದು ನಂಗೆ நிறைய ಫೇಮಸ್ ಆದದೆಲ್ಲ ನಂಗೆ ಅರ್ದುಕೊನೋ. There is a very interesting personality test called Enneagram ಅಂತಾರ. ಈಗ Enneagram ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ? Enneagram ಎಂಬುದು NNEAGRAM, ಎನೆಗ್ರಾಮ್. ಎನೆಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಎಂಬುದು ಈಗ MBTI ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೈಕೋಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಮಾಡಿರುವ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಬಂದು ಎನೆಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಂತ. ಈಗ ಎನೆಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಆ ವರ್ಡ್ ನ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಏನ? ಸೊ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ಟೂಲ್. ಇನ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಈ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಗಿಂದೋಡು ಅದನ್ನ ಪತ್ತಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ನಿಂಗೆ ಕೇಗಿನಿಯೋ ನಿಂಗೆ ನೋಡಿವಿ. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಎನೆಗ್ರಾಮ್? ಎನೆಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅನ್ನ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಏನಂಬುತ್ತೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಟು ಅವರ್ HR ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದ್ರ. ಎನಿ ವೈಲ್ಡ್ ಗೆಸಸ್? ಎನೆಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ? I cannot give lot of time because I think you will ask Uncle Google Mamana ಕೇಳ್ತು ಹೇಗಿಟ್ಟಾರಿ. Okay, I will reveal the answer because of the time factor. Enneagram ಅಂದ್ರೆ it is like a personality test. ಅದಾವುದು 9 types of personality, ಅದಾವುದು ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಬಂದು ಒಂದು 9 types of personality ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದ್ರದಾಗೆ ಬಂದು ನಂಗಗ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಮನ್ಸಗ ಬಂದು ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ 3 ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟೀಸ್ ಬಂದು ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಟ್ರ. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಏನಾಗಿ ಅರುವುದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡೋನಿಗೆ ಸಪೋಸ್ ನಿನ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಆರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಂದು ಇಫ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಇಫ್ ದಟ್ ಒಂದು ಎನೆಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಒಂದು ಟೈಪ್ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ದೆನ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ನಿನ್ನ ಎನೆಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಏನ ಅಮ್ಮನ ಎನೆಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಏನ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ದಲೆ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಬಾಂಡೇಜ್ ವಿತ್ ಯೋರ್ ಪಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಬಾಸಸ್. ಮುಂದೆ ಇದನ್ನ ಅರುವುದು ಅಪ್ಪರ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆಟ್ರ. ಸೊ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಬಿರಿಗಿರಿಗಿಂದೋಡು ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮೋರ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದಿಸ್. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಹೇಗಿನೋ ನಂಗೆ ಸುರೇಶ್ ಅಣ್ಣ ಅವಕರ್ ಬಂದು ವಿ ಆರ್ ವೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಥಾಟ್ ಪ್ರೊವೋಕಿಂಗ್ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ HR ಫೀಲ್ಡ್. ಅಂಡ್ ನಂಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಬಂದು ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಿಡಿವಿ, ಇದನ್ನ ಆಡಿಯೋ ಮ್ಯೂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಟ್ಟು ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಶೇರ್ ದರಾಚೆ. ಆ ಶೇರ್ ಬಟನ್ ಮೈ ಮಿಸ್ಟೇಕ್ ಹಾಕಬೇಡ. So then it leads to a lot of wastage of time. In the negative, the dice is yours, Sureshna. You can start.
Right, Shivu, thank you. First of all, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಒಂದು ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಹೇಗಿದ್ದು ಇದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಇನ್ನಗಟ್ಟ ಬಪ್ಪಿಲೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ 59-60 ಕೂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಎಂಬುದು ಆನ್ ಸಂಡೇ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಔಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ನೂನ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ನೂನ್ ಸಂಡೇ ಒಂದು ಲಂಚ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನಂಗೆ ತಿಂದು ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಎತ್ತಿ ಮಂಡೇ ಅಗೈನ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಜನ ಈ ಸಗ ಸೇರಿದ್ದು ಅಪ್ಪರ ಸಂತೋಷವಾಗಿದೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು ಫಾರ್ ದಿ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟಿ ಅಗೈನ್ ನೆಲಿಕೋಲಿ ಟ್ರಸ್ಟ್ಗೂ ಈಗೆಲ್ಲಗೂ. ನಾತ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಫ್ 10th ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ 12th ಆ ಕಾಲ್ನಾಗೆ ಏನಾಗ ಮುಂದಾಡಿದ್ದವಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ 11th ಇಂದ ಅವಳು 1 ವರ್ಷ PUC ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂದವಳು ಗ್ರಾಜುಯೇಷನ್ ಹೋದಾಗ BA BSc ಎಲ್ಲ ಆ ಕಾಲ್ನಾಗೆ. ನಾತ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬ್ಯಾಚು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ 10th and 12th. ಆಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಂಗೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಅಟ್ಟಿನೋಗೆಲ್ಲ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ 40 years ago, 45 years ago. ಆಗ ಏನ ಕಪ್ಪುದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಕತ್ತಾರ, ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೋದಾರ. ವೆರಿ ಫ್ಯೂ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಸ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟ್ರು ಹೋದಾರ, ನೆರೆಯ ಲಾಯರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ. ಇನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಮೀದಿ ಬೋಕಲ್ಲ ಗ್ರಾಜುಯೇಷನ್ BA BSc ಕತ್ತಿಟ್ಟು ಅರವಂಗಾಡು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿ ಹಟ್ಟಿತ್ತು, HPF ಹಟ್ಟಿತ್ತು ಊಟಿನೋಗ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಿರುಗಿಂದು ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ವೆರಿ ಫ್ಯೂ ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಜಾಬ್ನಾಗ ಡಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ಟ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಆಫೀಸು, ಪಂಚಾಯತ್ ಯೂನಿಯನ್ ಆಫೀಸು, ರೆವೆನ್ಯೂ ಆಫೀಸು, ಫ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ದಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿನೋಗ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎನ್ನ direction, profession direction, actually it happened like an accident. Actually it was not an intended profession of HR to begin with. ನಾ ಬಂದು BSc MCC ಮಾಡಿ ಮುಚ್ಚಿಂಗ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಲಾಯರ್ ಆನೆಂದು ಆಗೆಲ್ಲ ಲಾ ಸೀಟ್ ಈಸೋದು ಅಪ್ಪ ಕಷ್ಟ. 2-3 ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ತಟ್ಟು ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ನಾಗ ಅದು ಮುಡಿಯೋದಾಗಿ ಐ ವೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಮೈಸೂರಿನಾಗ ಲಾ ಮುಚ್ಚಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದು ಜನ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ನಾಗ ಕುಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದನ್ನ ಐ ಸಾ ಅನ್ ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಸಿಂಬಿಯೋಸಿಸ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ಗ MBAಗ ನ್ಯಾಷನಲ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಹಿಡಿದಿತ್ತು. ಅದು ಬೈ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್. ಇನ್ನಾದ್ರೆ ಲಾಯರ್ ಅಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ತಿರುಗಿ ಊಟಿ ಕೋರ್ಟ್ನವೋ ಇಲ್ಲ ಕೋಯಂಬತ್ತೂರ್ನೋ ಮಡ್ರಾಸ್ನೋ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು. ಬಟ್ ಬೈ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಅದು ಅಪ್ಲೈ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಐ ಗಾಟ್ ಥ್ರೂ. ಅದಿನ್ನು ಹಿಸ್ಟ್ರಿ ಆಯ್ತು. ಕೋರೋನಾ ಕತೆ ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಐ ಬಿಗೇನ್ ಮೈ ಕೆರಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ ಬಾಂಬೆ CITISನಾಗ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ. ಆಗೆಲ್ಲ ದಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಐ ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಟಾಕ್ ಟು ಟುಡೇ is traditional versus modern HR. So agalla very traditional HR. So human resource emba a word alla personal management endarthu. So personal management illa how do you manage people who work in an organization. So basically adu ಒಂದು support function, adu mainstream function alla. So basically ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ ಆಫೀಸ್ ನೋಡಿರಾ, ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿರಾ, ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಫೈಲ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರಾ, ಅದರಿಂದ ಅವರು ವೆಲ್ಫೇರ್ ಎಂಪ್ಲಾಯಿ ವೆಲ್ಫೇರ್ ಕೆಲಸ ನೋಡಿರ, ಕ್ಯಾಂಟೀನ್ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ತಡೆದ. ಸೊ ಆ ಕಾಲನಾಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ಕ್ರಿಮೆಂಟು ಪ್ರಮೋಷನ್ ಎಂಬುದೆಲ್ಲ ವೆರಿ 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 ರೇರ್ಲಿ ಹರ್ಡ್ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ವೆಲ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಪ್ರಮೋಷನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಸೂಪರ್ವೈಸರ್ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿದ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿಯ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ರಿಟೈರ್ ಆಸ್ ಎ ಸೂಪರ್ವೈಸರ್. ಅತ್ತ ಮಿಂಚಿ ಮೀರ್ಲೆ ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಸೂಪರ್ವೈಸರ್, sometimes you get into a managerial cadre because opportunities were very less. Very flat organizations, ಇದು ಮಾತ್ರ vertical ಅಲ್ಲ ಅವ್ರಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ವೆರಿ ಟ್ರೆಡಿಷನಲ್. ಸೊ ನಾವು ಬಂದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸಿಎ ಟೈರ್ಸ್ ಬೈ ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೊಮ್ಮೆ ಒಂದು 6 ತಿಂಗಳು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಯ ಬಾಂಬೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾಸಿಕ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿಗೆ ತೂಗಿದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಆಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಾಸಿಕ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿ ಯಂಗ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಂಗ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ 25-30 ವರ್ಷ ಆಸಕ್ತ ಅಟ್ರ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಏಜು. 2 ಯೂನಿಯನ್ ಅಟ್ಟ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಸ್ಟ್ ಯೂನಿಯನ್ CITU ಅಂಡ್ ಶಿವಸೇನಾ ಯೂನಿಯನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಗೂ ತಗಲಾರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 2 ಯಂಗ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಹೇಗೂ ನೋಡಿ ಇವಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅವಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಬೇಡ ಅಂದಾರ, ಅವಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಬೇಡ ಅಂದಾರ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅನ್ ಇಶ್ಯೂ ಇನ್ ದ ಕಂಪನಿ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿನೊಳಗೆ. ಹೇಗೂ ನೋಡಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕ್ ಕಟ್ರ, ಲಾಕ್ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿರ, ನಿರಿಯ ತಗಲಾರ್ ಮಾಡಿರ, ಒಬ್ಬನ ಊದಾರ, ಕುತ್ತು ಕೊಲೆ ಇತ್ತ ಮಾಕ್ ಒಂದು ಎನ್ವಿರಾನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ತೂಕಿ ಇಟ್ಟು ಬಿಡೋನೆ. ಐ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಫ್ಲೂಯೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಹಿಂದಿ ಆಸ್ ವೆಲ್. ಯಾಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನಾ ಇದು ಚೆನ್ನೈ, ಊಟಿ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇರದೆ, ಪೂರ್ಣ ಹೋಗಿ ಕತ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಮನೆ ದೋಸಿ ಹಿಂದಿ ಏನಾಕತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಬೀತುಂಡು ನಾಸಿಕ್ನ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ನಾಸಿಕ್ ಇಸ್ ರೂರಲ್ ಆ ಕಾಲನಾಗೆಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೆರೆಯ ಮರಾಠಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಸೊ ವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಮರಾಠಿ. ಸೊ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಬಿಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಿಂದಿ ಬಿತ್ತು ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಗಿದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಗಿದೆ when you are thrown into a part, you know how to actually manage yourself. that's the fundamental of HR. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತೂಕಿ ಹಾಕಿ ಬಿಡೋಣ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು ಮುಡಿಯ, ಮುಡ್ದಾರ, ಕತ್ತೀರ, ಕಿರ್ಚೀರ, ಒಬ್ಬೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಸಂಡ ಹಾಕಿರ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿ ಏನಾಗೋಸಿ ಒಂದು ಧೈರ್ಯ, ಒಂದು ಬಿಲ್ಟ್ ಇದನ್ನಾಗ ಲೈಫ್ನಾಗ ಒಂದು ಬಿಲ್ಟ್ ಬಂದಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಧೈರ್ಯ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 5 years ನಾ ಮಾಡಿದ ಕೆಲಸ ಇನ್ ದ ಟುಡೇ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಮೀ ಥ್ರೂ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ದಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ಡ್. ಆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 5 years ಸಾಲಿಡ್ ಒಂದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೀರಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಅಪ್ಪರ ಜೋಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದೆ. ಸಂಡೆ ಸಚ್ಚರವು, ಸ್ಟ್ರೈಕು, ಲಾಕ್ಔಟು, ಊಗುದು, ಕುತ್ತೋದು, ಕೇಸಸ್ಸು, ಕೋರ್ಟು, ಕಚೇರಿ, ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲು, ಇತಮಾಕ ನೆರಿಯ ಆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ 5 years ನೋಡೋಣ. ಅದು ಆಕ್ಚುಲ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ಫುಲ್ ಓವರ್ ಅ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಏನಾಗಿದೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ there is something called a T ಇಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಬಂದು ನಂಗೆ ಟಿ ಬರೆದ ನಾವು. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಲರ್ನ್ ಹರೈಸಾಂಡಲ್ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ಮೋರ್, ಬಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಲರ್ನ್ ವರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಅವಲ್ಲ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ದ ಡೆಪ್ತ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್. ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ನಂಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಇದ್ದಿಲ್ಲೋ, ಒಂದು ಕತ್ತನೆ ಅಂದಿಲ್ಲೋ, ಆ 4 ಜೋಲಿಯ ಏಸಗ ಡೀಪ ನಂಗೆ ಅರುದು ಕತ್ತು ಅದನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡನವ ಅದಗೂ ಬಿಡ 24 ಜೋಲಿ ನಂಗೆ ಅರುದು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಮುಡಿಯೋದಪ್ಲೆ ನಂಗೆ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್ வாழ்க்கைನಾಗ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ a T factor. Depth of 5 years, it gave me a lot of depth in understanding what is those days personal management. Then being a lawyer, the obvious choice was HR. That's why I'm saying it was an accident, not an intended profession. Hattamaka on the traditional HR, then slowly it picked up in the industry. Agata in the 90s, early 90s, when the economy opened, Indian economy opened for the economic liberalization, which was created by Manmohan Singh, PV Narasimha Rao when he was the Prime Minister. Ivaka Kalakatanaga 92-93 nogata HR just started moving. So from a traditional work-based human being to learning, development, and then move up in the ladder, the corporate ladder. Our concept alla bandade early 90s, 92-93 ಆ ಬಿಟ್ಟು human resource ಎಂದು ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೇ ಬಂತು. ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಗಿರ ಈ ಕಾಲನಾಗ many of you are elderly, many of you are my age group or slightly younger, but a lot of these youngsters, the millennial crowd today, they all talk about I want to dream big ಅನ್ನಲ್ಲ, ದೊಡ್ಡ ಕನಸು ಕಂಡಿಟ್ಟು ಗಮ್ಮನ ಇಬ್ಬರಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೂ ಅಡ್ದು ಹೊರಗೆ ಕನಸು ಕಂಡು ಗಮ್ಮ ಇಬ್ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಬಿಗ್ ಅನ್ನಲ್ಲ, you pick something that you really want to look at, you are passionate about, you are interested about, and actually keep that going in something that you wanted to accomplish in life, which means that don't pick too many things in your life, pick 1 or 2 and try and look at them as team and move on because it gives you 2 things. One is you are very passionate about it, second is you are very interested, and therefore you are drawing a clear curve for your growth. ಆ ಕಾಲಘಟ್ಟನಾಗ ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಎಂಬುದು ಒಂದು ಮಾರ್ಕೆ ಆಗಿ ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಯು ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವರ್ಕರ್ಸ್, ಯು ರಿಕ್ರೂಟ್ ವೆರಿ ಫ್ಯೂ supervisors, managers, because IT was not in this scenario. IT just started in the 80s, but beginning of 90s, economic liberalization la banda inda a lot of foreign investment has come into India. A lot of foreign companies, IT ITS based companies came into India. So நிறைய opportunities வந்து ಗೆಲ್ತೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿದ್ರು. And therefore a lot of engineering colleges, medical colleges ಎಲ್ಲ நிறைಯ ಬಂತು, நிறைಯ opportunities ಇಂದು ನಂಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಊರ್ನೂ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. The latest one is somebody from our community who is going to contest an election in Australia. Australia legislation Dr. Jagdish Krishnan ಎಂದು. ಸೊ ನೂಕ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಕಾರ್ನರ್ನೋಗೆ ನಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಥವಾ ಆ ಕಾಲ್ನೋಗೆ 35 3 ಡೆಕೆಟ್ಸ್ ನಾ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಮದ್ರಾಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಪೂನಾಗ ಹೋಗಿ ಕತ್ತು ಬಾಂಬೆ ನಾಸಿಕೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಇದು ಒಂದು ಬಗೆ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ HR? ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ HR ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ರೋಲ್ ದಟ್ ಯು ಪ್ಲೇ. ಆಗೆಲ್ಲ earlier when I told you it is a very support function ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು HR ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕೋರ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಟೀಮ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಂಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ಸೋದು ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಫೈಲ್ ಎತ್ತಿಂದ ಇನ್ಕ್ರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಕೊಡು, ಇಯರ್ ಎಂಡ್ ನೋಗೆ ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಸ್ಯಾಲರಿ ರಿವಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋ, ಸಮಟೈಮ್ಸ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಅಂಡ್ ಸಿಟ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಯೂನಿಯನ್ ಅವಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಈ ಜಗತ್ತ ತವಿರ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಟು ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಟ್ ಟು ದ ಮೇನ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್. ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್. ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ವರ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಮಾಕೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಇಂದು ಟುಡೇ predominantly machine materials ಎಲ್ಲ shrink at. So except the manufacturing organization and traditional manufacturing, if you look at the other industries, for example, if you look at IT, banking, financial services, insurance, healthcare, idella noge it's highly human intensive, and therefore HR became very prominent. HR became very prominent because it's all something to do with only human beings and nothing else. You will have some tools and technologies and machines to run the business, but predominantly focus bando ella resource, human resource mele. So value based role skill updation, skill development, and therefore HR ga ಒಂದು ಮಾಕ ಒಂದು ಮರ್ಯಾದೆ if you will, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ನಾಗ ಕೊರ್ಚಿ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅದುಗ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ Can you hear me?
Anna, carry on.
Okay, fine. So, our face, if you will, adella a traditional face alla hogi HR bandu one modern face na bandu. So you are actually part of the organization embo ಒಂದು recognition level gata bantu. So HR நிறைಯ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಎಲ್ಲ HR function support ಮಾಡೋದಾಗ process ಎಲ್ಲ support ಮಾಡೋದು ಬಂತು, and therefore all the HR folks have become tech savvy, including ನಂಗೆ ಲ್ಯಾಪ್ಟಾಪ್ ಇತ್ತೆ ಇಂದು ಆಪರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಅಥವಾ நிறைய ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ರಿಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗು, ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ಸು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಮಾಕ ಎತ್ತಿನ ಬಂದು ಒಂದು ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ HR ಒಂದು ಮರ್ಯಾದೆ, ಒಂದು ರೆಕಗ್ನಿಷನು. ಟುಡೇ HR ವಿದೌಟ್ HR ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಮೂವ್ ಅತ್ತೆಂಬ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ಗ ಎತ್ತಿ ಬಂದ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೆಡಿಷನಲ್ಗೂ ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ HR ಕೂಡ ಬಿಗ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್. ಬಟ್ ದರ್ ಆರ್ ಮೆನಿ ಪೀಸಸ್ ಇನ್ HR, in modern HR. Recruiting as a function, it continues to be picking, selecting, choosing people for whatever level, grade that you want them to be in your organization. But what is taken a leap is learning and development, skill upgradation. ಆ ಕಾರಣವೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಸೂಪರ್ವೈಸರ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ರಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಸೇದುಪ್ಲೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಪ್ಯಾರಾಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ಹಾಸ್ಪಿಟಲ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಸೇದುಪ್ಲೆ, you will continue to do what you are doing. Today, job rotation, learning and development, you don't do the same role again and again. ಒಂದು 5 ವರ್ಷ 3 ವರ್ಷ ಮಾಡಿದ you are either moved into a different role, or you get upgraded, or you actually move out of that industry, go into another industry. First, Shiva Egda, one option being a HR person is you can actually walk across all the industries because you are not very specific to one industry. Manufacturing HR adade, hospital HR adade, IT HR adade, LE HR. That's one advantage. But not too many of our community folks have gone into HR. ನಾರ್ದಂಗೆ ಆ ಕಾಲ್ನಾಗ ಒಂದೇ ಒಂದು ಅಣ್ಣ ಬೆಳ್ಳಿನ ಅಂದು ಅವಕ್ಕ ತನ್ನ ಮಿಸಸ್ ನಂಜನಾಡು. ಸೊ ತಾ ನಾ ಮರೆದುಬಿಟ್ಟೆ. ತಾತ ಆ ಕಾಲ್ನಾಗ ಬ್ರೂಕ್ ಬಾಂಡ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಹಿಂದೂಸ್ತಾನ್ ಲೀವರ್ ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಆ ಕಾಲ್ನಾಗ ತಾತ HR ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆ ಕಾಲ್ನಾಗ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಆಫೀಸರು, ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಅವರು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ನಾಗ. ಅದರಿಂದ ನಾಡ್ದಂಗೆ ಒಂದು ತಮ್ಮ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅಶೋಕ್ ಲೈಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ನಾಗ ಬ್ಯಾಂಗ್ಳೂರ್ನಾಗ ಒಬ್ಬ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನಾಗ ಒಬ್ಬ ತಾಯಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ. ಸೊ ನಂಗೆ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿಗೆ HR ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅ ಬಿಗ್ ಚಾಯ್ಸ್ ಆಗೆಲ್ಲ. ನಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಡುವೆ ಮಾಟಿ ಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಂಚಿನೆ. ಬಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ವೆರಿ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಟು ಬಿ an HR person, continue to be an HR person, and then I've got few more years to go for retirement. I've got a very satisfied life from a professional standpoint, because you were able to contribute, you were able to actually breathe into the system where you actually made some changes in the way the business should run. So therefore, ಅದು ಒಂದು advantage ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Again, second component of the topic today is impact of HR in a business decision, influencing. Say, ಒಂದು ಗೆಲ್ಚ ನಂಗೆ ನೋಡ್ಲಿಯೋ, even if you go to a retail store, your ability to influence people will actually become a successful event for you. One of the success factors is to have that ability to influence people. So HR, right from recruitment, you pick the right guy for the right job in your organization, and from there you actually look at the life cycle of that each of those employees, and then you move along with them, and therefore you make them accountable for decisions that they make or for any business scenario, and therefore you play a prominent role in actually creating those resources to be part of your decision making process, to be part of the industry that you work in. So influencing the other functional heads, influencing the other functional folks to get into what you think is right or wrong is one of the key factors of how you influence people in an organization. So therefore, you create an impact of some of those decisions. Say, for example, sometimes, I'll come to a COVID and VUCA world. Today, we are compelled to do compelled to act on certain decisions. You are forced to make certain decisions today in today's world because the business is not doing well, and therefore you get into something which you don't like to, which you don't want to, but you are compelled to, being a HR person. So when you go back to the impact of your energy into the system, which creates some good decisions for the business, is very critical, because that's how you are being recognized as a function or as a functional head. So influencing and creating an impact is an HR job, and many of you who work in different functions should always carry with you that it is important for me to create an impact in what I do, and also influence people who are connected. You are a team leader, your ability to influence your team members. If you are a functional head in finance, your ability to go back and tell the HR person, look, I wanted some resources that are required at that level of skills. You may have to pay them more, but your ability to go and influence that HR person, making sure that he gets that, and therefore that contributes to the business. It's like a cycle, So adu eradu. The third point of our topic today is why HR. Now today, all of us work from home. So you connect with your client, you connect with your office, you connect with your people, and then why is this HR person in between? Now today everything is driven by technology. So everything is self-mode. You go, you open your laptop, you get everything. I mean, today somebody was saying that the whole world is in a mobile phone today. You don't even need a laptop. So when technology has grown so much, why is this HR person required in an organization? Please understand, all the associated effect in a business is not run by only machines and material. You also need some human beings who will have some feeling. And therefore, there's a human touch which is required in any organization. You do a lot of coaching, you do a lot of training, you mentor, you counsel people, you do a lot of things in HR, which is basically a human touch that you give it to everyone in the organization, be it a CEO of that organization. You also need some advice at some point in time. That is the impact and the touch that you create from an HR function. And therefore, it is important, even if you're on auto mode, using your laptop and mobile phone, and you don't need a third party. Because many of these HR roles are centralized today. For example, there is a unit of Amazon in Coimbatore. The HR guy is not sitting here; he's in Delhi or in Bombay. But you have a local person at a lower level who will support the employees in Coimbatore, not really giving that touch, because you don't need a person to be there, is what they think. But there are times when employees, especially these millennials and the younger generation, they get into a depression, they don't do well. The client will actually screw them up, and then they don't think where to go, what to do. These are the moments when you need somebody to handhold. You need some shoulder to lie on. You need somebody to actually take you through and kind of counsel. you, and therefore you continue to work. You don't get into that mode. Many people leave organizations because they're not able to take that. They don't have a good set of people to counsel them. They don't have good set of people to handhold, take them through some difficult times, all of that. So why HR is still required is you still have people to be recruited, you still have people to be trained, you still have people to be rotated, you still want to look at people groomed, promoted, all of that. And therefore, while the number of people in HR has come down, the resource count has come down because of technology, but you still need to have that core set of people who will carry this function and help the business to grow. The fourth one is the VUCA world and the COVID world. VUCA world is somebody, I think it was Mr. Nandi, some Nandi wrote, right. This is volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. So today, if you look at, is an apt time in the COVID world and VUCA world. A lot of businesses have shut down. Manufacturing activity has come to an end, except a few of them, while the national shutdown was on. And economy is actually dwindling. Not too many people are doing well. In the hospital, we normally used to have about 1,200 to 1,400 OP patients a day. Today, it has dropped down to about 230, 250. We have about 720 beds. The bed occupancy has dropped down to about 230, 240. So everywhere, when a hospital is having trouble in terms of work, you can imagine what will happen to the ITs whose clients are in the US, very heavily affected by COVID, a country severely affected by COVID and continue to get affected, is what they predict. So in those countries, when you have clients and they are not responding to your needs today, obviously there are some compulsive reasons to shut businesses. This will actually translate into job cuts, salary cuts, and then people who like somebody will stay, people whom you don't like, you call them and you fire them. And therefore, there are a lot of very unethical things, unintended things, if you will, happen in these times. And therefore, very volatile, very complex. So jobs are becoming extremely difficult to hold on. If you're holding a job and you see that you can hold for the next 6 months, I think you will come out of it. But otherwise, it's extremely difficult. We are looking at some austerity measure. The austerity measure that we are talking about is not to cut numbers, but at least look at a salary remoderation, if you will, or look at rotating people. If there are 10 people working in the paramedical, you want to look at 3 of them work for a week, the second set, 3 of them work for the next week, and the third set. And therefore, nobody loses the job, but they'll get less of salary on rotation. So you're compelled to make some decision because the economy is not doing well, and COVID has really created ruckus. Not only in India, across the globe, you all know. I don't need to talk too much about it, but the fact remains there is a likely chance that the jobs are going to be deeply cut in the next 6 months. I was reading Times of India yesterday. I'm sure that many of you read. 18,000 jobs are being cut by CTS in India. 18,000. Imagine out of those 18,000, we have our community folks, about 40, 50 of them. Where do they go today? Because nowhere else is recruiting happening. So then you lose your job. Yeah, hang on. Please hang on to whatever it can. If there is a lower end of the job that you don't like today, if there is an offer, please continue to stay there. Don't get out of the system because it is extremely difficult. Once you are out of the system now, I'm sure that 6 months to 1 year, if you're unemployed, then it becomes a question of where do you get employment. It's very difficult. Just hang on there. Last and piece of the topic is, I don't know, someone has to check the timing. Shiva, are we okay on timing?
We are okay now.
We are okay.
We have enough time. We are okay. We'll have a good interactive session. You share it. No problem.
Okay.
We have enough
So the last component of the what is HR? There is something called a good HR. There is a bad HR. Now, what is this good HR and bad HR? Good HR is somebody who can really understand the needs of people. When I say needs of people, don't look at only the title and salary. That is not the need of people who work there. What is the role that they are playing? Today, it is extremely important that many of the youngsters who want to change jobs, one advice from me is, please don't change the job just because you get a title and you get some money more. Titles are imaginary. There is a general manager in BHEL is equivalent to a global head in a small software company or a CEO of a small software company. There is a manager in a big organization like Infosys can become a CEO of a small unit, GAVS, a small unit, a small organization. So therefore, don't look at title and money. Look at what role that's being offered. If you think that the role you exhibited for so many years is in alignment with what is the new role that is being offered, and therefore you want to change, please change. Otherwise, don't change for title and money. Money is an outcome. Title is an outcome of what work you do, what role you play in each of these organizations where you go. So just keep that in your mind. So a good HR is in an organization where people have that effect of understanding the needs and requirements of people, and therefore the policies, the systems, the processes are defined in such a way that will have an alignment with the business, but obviously have an alignment with people that they work with. And therefore, it is extremely important that good HR is to create that environment. Those days, I'm sure that some of you worked in factories, there's something called belongingness. People will always say, when I worked in Seattle for 5 years, I had a belongingness. I did all of that. Great work I did. Some of those organizations where you work, that belongingness is what a good HR. You have to create that feeling in individuals. Not to look at a Monday morning, why I go there because I'm getting paid and therefore I have to go. There is a compulsion. As opposed to, I go there because I like my work. I like this organization. There's so much that I can do in this organization. There's so much I can create. Very high level of innovation. They are allowing me to do so many things, and therefore it is important. See, it is not that a calling. You can't expect to be called. You have to move on your own. Try and identify opportunities on your own. Try and go talk to some people. Out of those 10 things, 9 are failures, it is fine, but at least one, if you're able to click, that will keep your life in full stream. Bad HR is hiring and firing. Now, when you want people, you recruit people. When you don't have a project, when something like COVID situation, you fire them because you're not able to manage your business. That's bad HR. So please don't get into an organization. I'm sure that today there's so much information on Google. Before you get into an organization, before you change your jobs, try and get as much information as possible, connect with people, get a perspective before you actually change, before you actually move into a new job. Those are the ones that I had for good and bad HR. There's one, somebody asked me some time ago, this is the right opportunity to say, Ana, ಏನ ಟಿಪ್ಸ್ ತಂದಾರೆ ಇಂಟರ್ವ್ಯೂಗೋಲೆ ಏನ ಟಿಪ್ಸ್ ನನಗೆ ತಂದಾರೆ ಏನ ಮಾಡೋದು ಎತ್ತೆ ನಿಂಗೆ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ so I've done enough of recruitment, right from a campus recruitment way back in 89-90 to a CEO's recruitment for many organizations I did. So first and most important thing, many of us don't have that. I'm insisting, many of us don't have. The first and most important thing is to listen. When you are in an interview table, somebody is asking you a question, your ability to understand, and therefore it calls for listening. Many a times people will get annoyed. The interviewers get annoyed because I ask you a question, you give me a different answer, I get annoyed because you have not listened to what I asked you. Extremely important. When you're going for an interview, please listen to a question or whatever is being told. And if you want some clarity, please ask them, sir, I didn't understand. Can you just repeat that to me? Nobody will feel bad about it. It's all an assumption that we make. It's all an imaginary assumption that we make that if I ask him, probably I'll get rejected. No, it is not right. You ask him, therefore, he will tell you what he wanted, and therefore you give a right answer. Second, one is listening. Second, clarity of thought. I ask you something, don't give me stories. Don't go around the bush. Tell me what you know. And therefore, I understand here is a role. I'm recruiting a manager for, let's say, for training and development, or I'm recruiting a manager for production. Now, if you don't have a clarity of thought what you did for 10 years working in Lakshmi Mills, and you actually, I'm asking you a question about your role that you played in that organization. Your clarity of thought is not there, and therefore you start blabbering. I get annoyed. So listen to me very carefully. Have a clarity of thought when you are answering a question or when you want to seek some information. Third, you have to be truthful to yourself. Please don't tell a lie in an interview stage. Factual, because I can make out. If you tell me that I did so much in Lakshmi Mills, I will have some connect with Lakshmi Mills. I will find out in 2 minutes of time that you are actually a bullshitter or some value you have created in the earlier organization. So please don't talk something which you have not done. Please don't talk something which you have not heard, and therefore you become very truthful. Many a times, the span of interview will change your destiny. Normally we do an interview at different levels. If you're interviewing a general manager or a CEO, you probably spend about an hour, try and understand, because he would have done so much of work in his life, and therefore it takes time. But if you're interviewing an assistant manager or an officer, it'll take about 10 minutes, 15 minutes to understand whether this person will fit into the role or not. So in that 10 minutes, you will have to create an impression. You have to create an impression in the minds of those interviewers. And therefore, clarity of thought, listening, factual truth, and your presentation skills. There are many times you see great speakers. Great speakers move across many industries. They earn a lot because they speak well. Speaking is a great skill in terms of presentation. Give a pass, do some body actions, which is signages, look at, smile, look at seriously when somebody is asking a question. Something that you don't know of, just look at that interviewer and ask him, sir, I don't know. So there is something which is within you, will tell the interviewer you will fit into this role or not. All that is being read in that 10 minutes or 15 minutes. And of course, you need to have a good personality. When I say personality, again, I'm not talking about color, racial, your name and all that. I'm saying that how much of that interest that you carry, it will actually show in your personality. I did this role in those two earlier organizations. If you're a software developer, you say that I worked in Infosys. I did that role of a team member. When I moved from Infosys to, let's say, XYZ company, I became a team leader. And when I became a team leader, my JD was this. There are 10 shots in the JD. That will actually make you a real good person in terms of both presentation and personality. Those are predominantly those 5 components. Otherwise, it's all given. You are educated, you have experience, you have done that role. All that is known. That's why you're sitting there for an interview. Finally, there is some amount of interest in increments and promotions, all of that. Again, increments, promotions, all a fallout of what you do in each of the roles that you do. For me, it was always a fallout. It's an outcome. It was not something that I aspect. It is good to have a title. It is good to have more money. But if you are able to accomplish what is expected out of you in the current role that you play, automatically you will move. Because in each of those roles that you move, you will know what is expected and what is the outcome. You learn, you deliver. You learn, you deliver. You move up. You move up both in terms of title and money. And therefore, in the promotion and increment stage, there's something called, in HR context, there's something called pay for a position. For example, if I have fixed a 50 lakhs salary for a general manager, that is the money that I fixed for that position, general manager. And there is a pay for a person. For example, now somebody like Shiva going there, looking at Shiva's personality, 10 lakh more is added. That's for the person. So there is a pay for position, there is a pay for person. If you're able to combine these two, I don't think anybody can stop you from succeeding in your life. With that, Shiva, thank you very much for the opportunity again. I think it's a great occasion. My first address to our community, folks. Thank you very much.
Wonderful night. Really, it was a great, short and sweet presentation. But we have a lot of questions to answer now.
Yeah, please.
We have a lot of questions in the mailbox. I'll just initiate the questions. Nagulan uncle Mamma Bangalore. When you should plan for a career change, when you think and plan for a change of career, suppose if things are going well in an organization, you're there for say 5 years, 10 years, you should really think about a career change, or how do you assess that this is the right time for you to do a shift from this, from one company to another company?
Good question, Nagulan. I have indicated, please don't move out of an organization because you get a better title or money. The moment you feel your role is actually shrinking, you have done the same role too long in the same organization, it is time for you to move. But again, the first 5 years, when you join as a trainee, join as an engineer, please don't move from that organization, because the first 5 years only you learn. Now we tend to move. 1 year I worked as a software developer in this company. Second company, my colleague is working there in Wipro. He called me. He's giving me 3,000 more. I'm going to join there. Neither you learn any stuff here, nor you go and learn there. This movement should be restricted. So my advice to the youngsters and somebody who's actually in the service for 10 years, 15 years, first 5 years, don't move. Irrespective of the organization that you work with or the money that you get. because that's where you actually learn, first 5 years. But please, again, go back to the role that you're playing. The day you think that the role that you're playing is diminishing or shrinking, or you're continuing to do same kind of job again and again, then I think it's time for you.
Wonderful. Thank you.
The second component. People who have service of about 5 years, 10 years. You should also look at, as you grow in terms of age, you're also committed to certain stuff. You know, you're 25, 27, you get married, and then you become a father. You'll have to hunt for a school. Today, the most difficult thing, you can get a job in an organization, but you don't get an admission in a LKG or play school because millions of dollars you have to spend. There are some recognized schools where you see the building or the infrastructure is in the middle of the town or middle of the city. You live 70 kilometers away. Look at the pain that you take to transport your kid into the school, bringing that kid back is humongous. It's very difficult. And therefore, at some point in time, when you have these commitments, it is right for you to look at a change. But between the 30 and 40, don't move, because that is called consolidation. That age between 30 and 40. So therefore, you are married. I'm assuming that you are married, you have a kid, and therefore, it is time for you to settle in a place that 10 years. Because that is the time you can save little money, if you will. After 40, you will have a lot of commitment. Children grow, and children will have to be educated. And then back home, people are getting older, and there are some siblings who are earning earlier, will all get retired, and therefore it becomes an enormous issue for you to manage all of those financial spectrums. So it is important between 30 and 40, you consolidate yourself. After 40, you can move, but not too many people will move, because that is the time you become an independent contributor. You become a general manager, you become a vice president, you become a CEO. You know, some of you are entrepreneurs, you're on your own. Again, Sashi is a different animal, because he started long ago to become an entrepreneur, made a lot of money those days. But otherwise, it is important to learn before you become an entrepreneur. And unless your family is an entrepreneurship family or an industrial family, and therefore it's running in your blood, I would always advise that first 5 years is stick into the same organization. Then based on your need, you move. Then between 30 and 40 for about 10 years. If you're in a good organization, if your role is enticing you, please continue to stay there. After 40, you can move. But between 50 and 60, just pick one and then retire. It'll be difficult to move around, because a lot of youngsters have come. I mean, I found it difficult when I crossed 50, because there are too many youngsters who are actually competing at a lower cost and better technology and experience, moved around. You know, some of them have worked in the US, UK, coming back, and therefore your marketability, if you will, is lesser after that 50, 55. So therefore, stick in a place where you can actually return. And that is what carried me, Shivu, to come into Coimbatore, closer home. Dad is 89. There are a lot more of commitments there, and therefore I'm very happy in Coimbatore, settling down and possibly retiring after a few years.
Okay, thank you, Na. This is a very interesting question. In fact, they have told about to find the hidden talent, but I would like to rephrase it. You mentioned that in our community there are not many people who are entering into this HR field.
Correct.
Due to various.
I know. Yes.
That you know. So what is my question to you is that since through this session you mentioned in the VUCA world or in the modern HR world, most of the organization, the role of HR has become very, very critical. That's the organizational performance is in one way, it's like a directly proportional what type of quality people HR brings to the table.
Correct.
That be the case, the qualities of our Badga people. Badgas go on the personality trait. Vis-a-vis, if you look at assess our qualities vis-a-vis an ideal HR professional, on the HR professional gandu on the personality trait, this would be the an ideal quality which you require. So what do you think, which are the qualities which we already have as a community, and which are the qualities we need to improve upon so that you become a successful HR professional?
Okay. Now this is straightforward. Number one, hospitality. So building relations, respecting people, connecting with people. That's a great quality all of us have as a community. Smiling, inviting people. That builds a core of our community value system. We smile. We may not even have coffee powder in our house, but somebody walking on Kerry, we call them, please come inside, have a coffee. So that's the second piece. That we smile, we invite people. So HR, basically, you don't deal with machines, you only deal with human beings as a function. So it is important for you to give a smile, invite people, talk to people, check with them. All these qualities we have as a community. But what has not driven us to become an HR professional is that I think it is the mindset. You know, engineering, a lot more of engineers, lawyers, and few doctors they have gone into. They have not looked at HR as a great function. You know, HR ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಆಫೀಸ್ ನ ಕುಳಿದುಂಡು ಫೈಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿಂಡು ಬಾಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ಚಿಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಿಂಡು ಬಂದುಂಡು that kind of a thinking or a perception, if you will. That perception has to completely get out of the system. We are highly trimmed, if you will. We are highly navigated to become HR professionals as a community. I mean, I have no doubt on that. But I have not seen, there are many youngsters now, but in my generation at least, you know, people who are above 40, 45, 50, or in the 60s, I didn't find too many people. But I think it's time. People should start going. I see a lot of women now. Engineers have gone into learning and development, training, learning and development. But a lot more can move into this function. So it's a great function. One, stability. You don't need to move around. If you are doing good, the organization is good. You don't need to, you know what Nolan did. You don't need to move around. You know, I was always moving around because I wanted to earn more money. I wanted to earn more title. And today, if I sit back and think, you know, that first job I did in CATIS, I would have retired. So that we have, as a community, we have all those wherewithals, if you will, can be groomed and can do a great job. See, basically, it is relationship building with human beings that you like, sometimes you don't like, but you have to play that role. I think we are aptly fit into that role, Shiv.
Okay, so, thanks. Now, the next one is that the performance metrics of a HR professional. Maybe what is stopping many of them? I'm just trying to guesswork. On the sales profession, his performance is linked with his sales target versus achievement. So he gets an incentive for that, and he grows in an organization. If you take a marketing manager, the brand, the brand value will talk about his performance, and he will go. For a finance person, this balance sheet and the cash flow will talk about his performance. When it comes to HR, what type of a HR scorecard which you have, like linking people, strategy, and performance, where even a HR as a professional, you have metrics to measure your performance so that you can exhibit your talent to the top management. That means you have done this to the organization.
Correct. So from a contribution standpoint, see, if you look at the title, I've said supportive. It was a support function, which means that you maintained files, you were walking around boss office, coming back, time office, employee records, and all of that, which is basically a supportive function. Now, what transformation in HR is the second piece, which became operational. Now, a lot of HR folks have been involved in operational issues of the organization. Earlier, you recruit people, you maintain files, and then you talk to people, and then you get out. You didn't have any operational contribution, if you will. Then today it's become strategic. Today, without HR, there's nothing. Say, in many of my capacities, I had to go and advise CEOs and the managing directors that there are certain issues that revolve around people in these organizations. You cannot make those decisions because it will falter your business. So HR, from that traditional office boy, office officer types to today contributor, business contributor, and therefore there's a huge, the needless moved quite a bit. There's a huge amount of transformation. Now today, there's another piece to that shift. You have to understand the business well in order to be a successful HR person. Okay. Now, if you don't understand business, you can't contribute. Four of them are sitting together. The production manager, the general manager, or the project manager, and somebody else. If you don't know the business, then you can't contribute. Obviously, you will become a failure. Your ability to learn business will become actually extremely important for your function, and therefore you are recognized. You will become part of the executive council. If you have an executive council where the CEOs, the MDs, and all that, you will also become part of that. So that is important. So I said that.
Yes, ma'am. So the next one is that. See, maybe for certain people, HR role nodoniga, I understand when you give an offer letter to a person, it is like, celebrating like a birthday party or sort of a thing, or it's like a birth in the family. At the same time, when you're giving a sacking letter or when you send the person out of the organization, it's like more like, it's like a death ceremony, atma kaitra. So our personality trait, it might not, some people don't like to do these type of, I will not say it's a dirty thing, but it's a very, very difficult thing. They don't have that type of on the strong, on the composure to take the decision. How can I send people? Because of this, something might be stopping them, to enter into HR. In these type of scenarios, when you're even sacking people, this is a very, very straight question. Do you look at the perceptions or the facts about the person? Like as a judge goes by the facts. The common world goes by the perception. So as a HR professional, do you look at the perception, what he has created in the organization, or you drill down to find out the real facts, what made that particular employee to perform like that?
So it's basically a need-based decision that you take. It's compulsive. It's a need-based decision. The business folks or the seniors who run the business find out that we will not be able to continue to make the business as we do today. Therefore, some hard decisions you'll have to take. The first thing they look at is some costly resources which are not helping the business to grow today. It's a very painful job. Sometimes I feel as a HR person, when things are going good, when things are right, your recognition is very low as a HR person. When things don't go right, when there are compulsive decisions to be made, I'll put it very plainly, sacking people or termination or firing people, you become the real goat to be caught. So you are there. Nobody will want to front end. They will only show you. So it becomes a very painful, very, very painful job, but your role is that. Now, I've seen people crying. I've seen people committing suicide after they've lost their jobs. You're right. Sometimes, because if in a family there are some 4 or 5 people who come from a very remote area and he's the only earning member, and then if his age is, let's say, about 50, 55, 50 to 53, that group, your ability to get another job is actually remotely ruled out because your marketability is low. And if you are stuck in one industry, IT today you can move on because there are many brands. But if you have worked in a tire industry and then you are being sacked at 52, 53, you have no choice. You will commit suicide because back home there are 7, 8 people who are depending on you. So it's a very painful job, but as a role, you're not allowed to skip. You're caught and you're put in there and you have to do the job. It's extremely painful.
Wonderful. Thank you. We have Nagulan Jogi Mama Bangalore idare. He wants to ask a direct, he wants to share something.
Suresh you touch that retention metrics and conflict handling by HR people. On the conflict retention issue, they point a finger to the HR guys. You just throw some light how they can handle it. So it will be used people in the HR.
Fine.
Thank you.
So 2 things. One is that never create a fear when you lose your job. Okay, you are unnecessarily blowing yourself. You know that if things are not going well, you will get a clue. See, a year ago, your profit and loss account, the P&L account, or your company will give you an increment of 10%. Now, in the current year, it has dropped down to 5% or 6%. You know your business is not doing well. Okay. Now, it is a clue for you not to get ready to run away, but you will not get a shock when it occurs. It's extremely important because many of them, they get into depression, they lose their life, committing suicide, etc., because they're not able to take that shock. You have to be prepared. In VUCA world, in COVID world, it is an extremely important thing that we learn to take that very, very sportive. A job lost is a job lost. I don't think you will be able to replace the same kind of a job in another place, but you're still able to move around and find something for yourself if you have that confidence. So therefore, again, Shiva, It is
Yes.
the experience, education, and the role that you have played, and you become very confident. Please constantly look for innovation. Constantly, even today, I will look at, when I go to the hospital, I look at, why can't we look at something different? Because traditionally what they have done, you will not be able to contribute anything personally. So look at something, identify that opportunity, identify an area of operation where you can contribute. And therefore, it becomes little difficult, but it is doable. Now, retention for Navulan. You will have to have one, the ability to take that shock. Second is, you will have to continuously upskill your learning and development abilities. Today, people are talking about cross-skilling, upskilling, vertical, all of that. It is important constantly you learn, because the job that you are carrying is never permanent. The role that you play is never permanent. The world is very, very, very changing. It's dynamic. Now, who expected COVID to come? Frankly speaking, Navulan, we were actually looking at an increment of 10%, and no hospital pays 10% increments, what I understand. Okay, we looked at a 10% increment, but this was effective 1st of April. We were doing some work in March, and the whole thing was done. It was to go to the president's approval. But then the lockdown came on the 25th of March, and then we looked at what is the likely chances. We have just not acted on that. We have just gone ahead and made the DA payment. That's all, which is a compulsory payment from the government. Otherwise, it's all held. So therefore, you cannot imagine a situation like this, which will occur. It is not your fault, neither your fault, not the business, not the country that you live in, not the clients that you work with. No, nobody is actually to be held as responsible for this. It just came, it fell. Now everybody is suffering. Everybody is suffering. And we continue to suffer at least for the next 6 months as the prediction goes. Hopefully, but then you can't. Was that fair, Navulan?
Yeah. We will take. Okay. Uncle, just 1 second.
Yeah.
We have a Dr. Suresh Babu, Uti doctor. He's an ophthalmologist. So he's very curious to know about what is the role of HR in a hospital setup. Because ninga healthcare industry HR role it was very limited. So you being in the industry stalwart, you have worked with very big organizations. So what is your role in the hospital like GKNM?
Not a big role, to be very honest with you. The one that I played in all the other organizations. Okay. I told you the reason why I moved into Coimbatore. It is closer. Dad is 89, so I'm also growing old, closer to retirement. A few years left, but there are a lot more of things that I can do in a hospital, because traditionally hospital has not recognized human resource as a support. You know what they have only three pieces. One is the patient. Obviously, the patient pays, so patient is God for them. Then you have a set of doctors who will look at the patient. Then you have a few individuals who will support the doctors and the patients, which is the paramedical staff. Only more components are there. What is the role of HR? See, GKNM was the first hospital to be certified as NABH in the state. That was long ago, some 13, 14 years ago. So there are many people-related processes in hospital. Now, luckily, why I have continued to work in this place, because the CEO was working in a hospital in the US for 42 years. So he's come, he's part of the family. So he's come, he's the CEO. So his outlook of HR is completely different than the local outlook of HR. Now, you don't need a CHRO to be recruited in a hospital like GKNM and then paying whatever. Big money you're paying and keeping him for what? Basically for advisory services. Now, each of these specialities have a head. So there is a chairman or there is a president for each of these specialties. We've got about 7 specialties, huge specialties. They all have a committee where I advise them with the CEO on how do we run the operation. Obviously, I'm not a medical person. I will not be able to talk about patient or a disease or a treatment, but I will talk about how do we make this hospital one of the best in the country. How do we match this into some of those standards that exist in the US? You know, Mayo Clinic is an example for us. How do people look at Mayo Clinic in the US? And I had an opportunity to work with a hospital in Washington, American College of Cardiology. When I was in Deloitte, they were our clients actually. So I was doing some work for them. So their ability to look at cardio and cardiovascular as a specialization in the hospital is what we are trying to actually do in GKNM today. So there are many areas where HR can work, but unfortunately, the traditional thinking of hospital management is not to actually have a great HR to be part of their system. You look at Apollo Group, they have a HR guy who's actually known to me. He's actually creating a world map for them. He's saying that you are 10, 15 years behind what he saw in the US. GKNM is definitely 25 years behind. It's a very traditional hospital. A lot more work you can do, actually. No, recruitment is very little because people who come into GKNM, they don't leave. There are doctors 20 years, 25 years, etc. So you don't recruit too many people, except the nursing staff. A lot more of youngsters, they come and stay. They go to Dubai, they go to many other countries, they live. Otherwise, it is basically the human process. How do you operationally excel? What are those new? See, there's something called an operational excellence project that I did in the US when I was in Deloitte. I brought in that into GKNM. There are 5 components there. Too long to look at, but there are a lot more that you can do. And I'm actually doing bits and pieces of that.
Good to know this. And on quick generally, many candidates, like, they are like a rolling stone. So they don't stick to a particular company. Every alternative year, they keep switching companies. Okay. If that is the candidate which you, as a HR professional, when you see, is there a question of trust which is built in that candidate because of that he is selected, or is it because of something else, or is it a good thing to do in the today's VUCA world, changing companies so frequently, maybe every alternative year or something like that?
So it depends on the industry again. In IT, if you work for 2 years, 3 years, you move into another company, people generally take it as it's cool. But if you look at a healthcare industry or a pharma industry or a banking, and if you keep moving your job every year or the second year, the interviewer won't even look at your CV. For example, if I look at somebody of 10 years experience, but change 4 different jobs, I would ask him the first question is, why have you changed jobs? And obviously, you can't change 4 jobs in 10 years, giving reasons, role was bad, I went for money, this I can make out. So your ability to stay in an organization as long as the role is good, money is important, Nagulan, I'm not saying money, but it's important that you are able to contribute and that's being recognized. And therefore you don't leave that. There are a lot more of advantages in staying in the same organization. If you change your job and go to a new organization, you become a new person there. You're a new manager, you're a new person. So for you to get into that culture and people recognizing you will take time. In the meantime, something will happen, you will move jobs. These are called hop stoppers. They keep hopping the jobs, and at some point in time, when they are stuck or when they become unemployed, it becomes extremely difficult for them to get into another organization.
Okay.
Too many job changes, people won't recognize. They will always think that you're not a stable person to contribute. Okay. You are a moving person, and therefore, good organization don't recruit people who change jobs very often.
Okay. The next one is that, suppose there is one candidate, he is doing perfectly well in a particular industry for the first 5 years. Okay, he does extremely well, and as many of us get carried by designation and the package, he makes he makes a wrong decision by joining an industry just for the package and the designation. Maybe from, say, a healthcare to an insurance sector, thinking that everything will be rosy there. And then he realizes 3 years down the line, that is not that cup of tea for him, and he loses all his credibility and things. And he goes to like a sort of a place, like, there's a point of no return market. At that point of time, he is like a midlife crisis market. So what is the type of course correction he has to do, like, the right decision making for such type of professional? He was a good candidate in one industry. He did a wrong decision, did not work well for the next 3 years. How does he come back, bounce back?
So there's no single solution for that. I mean, it's something that you need to just sit back and think. Okay. Changing job is not a mistake. Changing job is required. But when do you change the job? Why do you change the job? Again, I'm coming back and saying, don't go for title and money. If you have worked in pharma industry or healthcare for 5 years, where is the need for you to move into insurance? You will go back. That 5 years, what you have learned, you will go back. You start from the beginning, insurance. And therefore, you have lost time. And every time when you make a change, it is not a great change that will occur. All of us have gone through some difficult times. Wrong decision made moved from one industry to another industry, or within the same industry, from one brand to another brand. All of us have done. But once you get there, you learn a lesson, you sit back and think through, and therefore your moves after that will not hamper you in achieving whatever you wanted to. But sometimes you make some wrong decisions as well. I mean, not all my decisions were great decisions.
Okay. And because of the time factor, I think we will, we'll just try to summarize and then close the session. Before that, you mentioned a very important thing. Today's in a VUCA world or the COVID world, many people might lose jobs and all. So many of the people, even whether it's a performer or a non-performer, everybody has that anxiety, fear, and panic attacks. Natural. You as a HR professional, or if you were in that place, how do you sail over this situation? How do you face these challenges?
So if I'm the employee, I will reach out to people because it is not unique to you. It is the industry issue. So therefore, you are not being spelt out as a single person or as an individual. But your ability to consume all of that within yourself, you will get into a depression. You will actually screw up yourself. But your ability to talk to somebody. In many organizations, you have these psychologists. Psychologists are existing in IT world today. Many of these IT organizations, because they go through a lot of stress. So during breakouts, they go to a corner, meet that psychologist, get some perspective, get some advice and all of that. So you don't need to go to a psychologist or a HR person. Just reach out to your colleagues, somebody whom you like, somebody with whom you want to share what you carry. So reaching out to people and taking that off from your mind is the first thing. Second, don't create that unnecessary fear. If it has to happen, it will happen in any case. Don't create that fear, because that fear will actually ride you. You will lose a lot more of stuff. With that fear, you come for an interview to me, the chance of you making it is very less, because you still carry that fear. You won't be able to give that whatever you are in that interview session, because it's going back, constantly going back in your mind, and that fear will actually screw you up again and again. Please be confident. If job is done, job is gone. There are many ways of coming back. Seek some help, go to some people who can advise you, reach out to some elderly people, a lot more of people. Even today, I'm sorry to say this, Nagulan, if I have an issue, I will call up my father. I'll ask him. But between him and me, there is a huge generation gap. He may not be able to give me a solution of today, a modern solution, but he'll still be able to tell me, look, he'll give me some options out of his experience, out of his knowledge, his wisdom. And choice is mine. If I want to pick, I can pick. If I don't want to, I don't need. I reach out to some mentors that I work with. So there are two people who are very elderly. There's somebody who's called Dr. B.K. Singh. He was my first HR boss in CIS Bombay, Dr. B.K. Singh. I still reach out to him if I have some issue professionally. If I have some issue personally, I reach out to my dad. If I have some issues with some of these other colleagues, I reach out to another colleague of mine. So you create those stopovers, if you will, where you can reach out to, and somebody will handle it. Somebody will actually will give you a shoulder to take it and advise you appropriately.
I'm just clubbing this question and asking.
Yeah.
Being a fresher,
okay,
what are the skills I should possess in an interview? And also, if I am a resource where I have taken a break in my career due to my personal issues, and if I'm coming back for a job and I'm attending an interview, so what is the skills I should possess, or how should I prepare myself?
So the first piece is that if you're a fresher, obviously you're a fresher, you don't have experience, and people don't ask you questions. They will only look at you, what education qualification. They will just look at the record of what have you done in 10th class, class 12, and therefore you are intelligent. And if you're able to communicate, today communication is so important. If you're able to communicate well, you're chosen. Fresher is not an issue. But again, I told you, I gave you some tips. Don't tell lies. And if you don't know, please ask. Okay? If you don't understand the question, please ask that person. What have you asked me? These things, as a fresher, is extremely important, because I can make out whether he's telling me a lie, or he's able to have some clarity of what I'm asking, or is he listening to me, or is jumping across. All that we can see, because I'm not going to ask him any question on his subject, because he has no experience. He's a fresher. I may ask a few questions on his education, engineering, a few questions here and there. And there is a panel member who is a production manager or a project manager who will ask some technology questions to understand his capability. Otherwise, it's easy. But if you break The second piece of your question, if you break and become unemployed, and then after 2-3 years you want to go back to the industry, you will have to upgrade yourself. It is not difficult to get there, but what you have left is obsolete, old. What you are coming back is new. Do you have anything to bridge the gap between these two? If you are updating yourself for some personal reasons, you have not been able to continue that employment, but you are right there. So your chance of getting into the industry is very high. I don't see a difficulty there.
Okay. Thank you. Na.
Thank you.
Before going for the vote of thanks, just on the small the summary mark of what we have gone through, a few of the key points now, I think, because every point which you mentioned in the session was so valid and very apt for the VUCA world. What you mentioned, the depth of instead of going on the say the horizontal axis, go into the vertical axis, depth of the knowledge. That is very, very important, and which I'm also experiencing in my own career journey. The more you focus on what you are good at, I think then you will excel. That is very.
There's one piece there, Shiva.
Yeah.
So don't look at 20 different things in life. Look at three, four things.
Yes.
3-4 things. For example, Nagulan will set a goal for the year 2020. Put one goal. Try and work deeply into that goal. Don't look at 4 different things, because your focus on 4 different things will diminish as opposed to one. And that's called perfection. If you're able to perfect in 1 or 2 acts in your life, you become a very great and successful person.
Wonderful. Yeah, Varun. Okay. The second one you mentioned now, the pick 1 or 2 things in life. This is very, very important. Like, being a jack of all and master of none. Can be a master of one number. That's a key message which we learn. Yeah, another thing which you mentioned about listening, this is very, very important in today's scenario, especially in our context. Today, we people on the excellent proverb, don't listen to just to reply. Many of us listen to reply. We don't listen to understand. So, interviewer point of view, if you understand what the HR professional is asking me, I'll be able to reply appropriately. Since he's not understanding, he's replying, his intention is to reply him, give an answer. I think that is a good take-home message, Anna. And
even if you give a wrong answer, it is okay.
Yes.
But your ability to understand what I've asked you,
yes,
come back, and therefore I'm comfortable that he's able to. I'm able to look at him for that role that I'm actually designing. If you are not able to listen, then I understand that you are not somebody that I want in my organization. So it's easy for me to make a quick decision.
Wonderful. A lot many. So in the Jina Bandhu, it's a very, very auspicious day. Someone has put in the chat box also. In the Guru Purnima, Jinateke Bandhu, Nanga Itamake, the Suresh Raman, Kamako, the mentor, Guru mentor, Nangigana condition. Mentor is a guru for us. So Itamake Nanga on the mentor, Badga Pro team, Sikodo, it's really, really, we are lucky into the Egodo. Not only him, we have many professionals like Nagulan Uncle, Singan Sadhu, Suresh Bal, Nariya Dara. Tamaka nanga guru bandu nanga yette avkara use mannombudu, extract the knowledge from them. That's very important for the young Badga Pro team. And eka ಈಗ ಬಡುಗುದಕ್ಕೆ ನಂಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋನೆ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನನೇ ಹೇಗಿದ he must have spoken ಈಗ ಡೆಲೈಟ್ I work with Deloitte, so I know ಅವರ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಇದು ಏನ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಇದ್ದಲಿಯೋ ನಂಗೆ ಬಡುಗುದ ಗಣಮನೆ ಅದು ಏನ ಫೀಲಿಂಗ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ I like to bring your attention to a very beautiful quote by Nelson Mandela. If you talk to a man in a language he understands, if you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head. That goes to his head. But if you talk to him in his language, if you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. I think today that is what has happened. Suresh Raman Annavka Ganambaniga, all this message is going to the heart. Okay, it has gone to the brain as well as gone to the heart. That means we are going to make this as actionable insights. Nariya insights gather madutto idana action dege hakodu nanga purpu. I think the coming days Badga Pro will definitely grow from inch to inch. I want all the young professionals to make best use of this forum. badagapro@gmail.com mail madvi, whatever. If you require a mentor, mail madvi. We have a lot of mentors, not only the speakers, nariya mentors idare. Will make the best use of them. With this, we'll go for the vote of thanks. So Santosh, you can give the vote of thanks. Santosh or Yash? Okay.
ನನ್ನಿ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರಣ್ಣ, ಸುರೇಶ್ ಮಮ್ಮ, ಇಂದ್ರ ಜನ ನಂಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾರ್ಗೂ ಒಂದು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾದ ಜನ ಮಮ್ಮನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಗಿದಂಗೆ ಒಂದು ಎಲ್ಲಾರ್ಗೂ ಒಂದು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಒಂದು HR ಒಂದು ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ ದಾಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಇಬ್ಬದು ಅದ್ರಾಗೆ ಏನ ಕಷ್ಟ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೆನ್ಸಿಂದಿದೆ ಅದೊಂದು ನಂಗೆ HR ಇದ್ದೇನೆ ಅಪ್ರ ಈಸಿ ಗೆಲ್ಸವೇ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಈಗವೂ ಈ ಮಾಡರ್ನ್ ಡೇ ಯಂಗ್ಸ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ನೆನಚಿಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಅದು ಬಂದು ಏಸಗ ಒಂದು ತಪ್ಪಾನ ಒಂದು ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯ ಎಂಬುದನ್ನ ಬಂದು ನಂಗೆ ಸುರೇಶ್ ಮಮ್ಮನಕ್ಕ ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೋಗೆ ಒಳ್ಳಂಗೆ ಪುರೋದರ ಹೇಗಿದಂಗೆ the first 5 years of his career, in-depth learning, fighting it out in that particular industry. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹೇಗಿದಂಗೆ ಒಂದು ಅರಿಯಾದ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಹೋಗಿ ಎತ್ತ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು how he has grown up to the career. ಸೊ ಅದು ಇಲ್ಲದೆ HR ಏನ ಮಾಡ್ಯಾರ, ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ರಿಕ್ರೂಟಿಂಗ್, how they are upskilling their resources, talent development agli illa skill development agli HR na pang ena ambudna bandu apra easy nanga pro nange valkidare apra nanni mama. Adu illade differences between a good HR and a bad HR very clearly crisp points daga nanga explain madidare. ಒಂದು HR ನಂಗೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು, even if during this COVID-19 ಈ pandemic daga we don't need a HR, but still they do their bit and pieces to ensure employees' morals are high when they are working from home. That emotional support kandipa beku. Adu bandu ಒಂದು HR navata ಮುರುದರ ಅಂಬುದನ್ನ ಬಂದು very clear ನಂಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ explain ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. And similarly some bad decisions has to be made. ನಂಗೆ ನೆನ್ಸಿನ ಇದು ನೋಡಿ ನಂಗೆ HR termination letter ತಂದುತ್ತಾ, ಅದು ಬಂದು HR ಎತ್ತ ಮುಡಿವು ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನ ಬಂದು ನಂಗೆ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಡಿಸಿಷನ್ ಆರ್ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರೀಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಟ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಸಿನಾರಿಯೋ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಬಂದು ನಂಗೆ ಬಂದು HR ತಾತ ಮಾಡಿಟ್ಟ ಎಂಬ ಒಂದು ತಪ್ಪಾದ ಎನ್ನವ ನಂಗೆ ಎತ್ತ ಕೂಡದು ಎಂಬುದು ನಾವು ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ ಆಗಿ ನಂಗೆ ಹೇಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಂದ್ಬೇಕು ಇಂದು ನಂಗೆ ಜನದಾಗ ಒಂದು 60 ಪಾರ್ಟಿಸಿಪೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂಸ್ 1 hour ಮೇಲೆ ಕುಳಿದು ನಂಗೆ ಸೆಷನ್ದಾಗೆ ಮಮ್ಮನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಗೋದನ್ನ ಅಪ್ರ ತೆಲಿವಾಗಿ ಕೇತು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸ್ நிறைய ಕ್ಲಾರಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ತಂದು ನಂಗೂ ಒಳ್ಳಂಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸೆಷನ್ ನಂಗೆ ಎತ್ತಿಂದು ಹೋದ. ಬಂದ ಜನ ಎಲ್ಲಾರ್ಗೂ ಎಂಗ ಬಡಗಪ್ರೋ ಸಾರ್ಬಾಗವು, ನೆಲಿಕೋಲು ಸಾರ್ಬಾಗವು, ನಾಲ್ಕುಬೆಟ್ಟ TV ಸಾರ್ಬಾಗವು ನನ್ನಿ ಮತ್ತು ಹೇಗಿಂದು ಎಲ್ಲಾರ್ಗೂ ಕೈ ಮುಗಿದನೆ ನನ್ನಿ.
ಅಪರ್ಣ